Hey everybody! The illusion has been dispelled for a lot of people, hasn't it? The illusion has been dispelled. But I don't mind internet rage. Internet rage is something I cope with on a daily basis. It's always nice to get told that when your friends die, that you deserve it for being a horrible person. Yeah, that happens. And yeah, internet rage can often reveal certain aspects of the game which help me in what I do, in finding out what people are actually believing and maybe the guidance that can help them fix an issue they may not even think they have. Or oftentimes they don't want fixed. That's fine. For those few people who do want to move out of that, it always helps me out. So the LFR revamp is getting a lot of hate across the internet right now. I got called elitist, which is bizarre, really. The whole point of yesterday's video, again, I put it down similar to the Windwalker situation where people heard what they wanted to hear. Do I hate LFR raiders? No. What? I don't understand. No. And I never implied that and never even suggested that. But what I do hate is the implication and the illusion of success that the LFR brings. Because that is promoting players to not achieve much. And that's the problem. That's the problem. It's promoting players to not achieve much. What I hope for with every person who picks up a copy of WoW is that they play through the game and then have a really enjoyable leveling experience. And then they get to the end, their cap, and then they decide a path, a journey to go on. And that can either be generally PvE or PvP. PvP, I'm not too fond of. I used to be, but I don't find it balanced anymore. Therefore, I don't enjoy it. But the PvE side, I love a lot. I was raiding a lot. I've raided every expansion in the game. Mists of Pandaria is the only time I took a break to focus on my channel, dedicate my time to it, and now I'm happy enough to go back to raiding Warlords of Draenor. So I want people to enjoy that. I want people to experience that. Not many people have. Why are people really mad? Why are people calling me elitist? I find it strange that anybody would accuse somebody of being elitist who is happy that people who may not have had the incentive or the purpose to go on and try something that they perceive to be very difficult, such as joining a raid guild, will now have that push. I'm happy for people. I don't know why that's considered elitist. I guess you guys have changed the term, or you just believe that anybody who disagrees with you is elitist, I suppose. The LFR change is purely cosmetic, isn't it? It's entirely cosmetic. Is your item level changing? No. It's going to be relatively the same as it is now. It's going to be comparable to whatever the LFR gear drops now. It's going to be the same stuff. Are you not going to be able to access the LFR? Of course you are. It's not going anywhere. It's absolutely available to you as it is now. Nothing's changing for you besides the aesthetic and cosmetic aspect of having a raid tier set. That's it. So I can only assume that the people bashing me for being egotistical are missing the kind of hypocrisy that it's only your ego that seems to be being hurt here. Is the big problem here that you will feel like the black sheep in the room? That you will feel like the smelly kid in class because no longer will you look like a raider, you will actually look like an LFR raider? Well, I hope that's not the case, because you shouldn't feel that that's something against you. Look how many people are wearing LFR items right now inside your main city. The fact is, huge amounts of people play alts or simply don't raid. Therefore, they will get a lot of gear through LFR. It's likely that gear vendors are either going to be diminished or reduced to just transmoggable items, like they tried to do in Mists of Pandaria. And now your LFR gear will be the same, but it just won't have the same cosmetic appeal as the raid tier. Essentially, if you're not raiding, an LFR is not raiding, guys, which is a big problem here. This is the illusion I'm talking about, is people believe LFR is raiding. It's not. And Blizzard has said countless times, LFR is the tourist mode. It's literally just to show you the content. It's just to show you what they've made. You might not realize it, but there has been many raid dungeons created by Blizzard that people just didn't get to see because they didn't have a way of accessing it. They had to start at the beginning. Vanilla, Naxxramas, people just never got to see this huge dungeon, which was considered one of the best in history, and people just didn't get to see it. So to alleviate that problem, and for the designers not to feel like they did nothing, they created tourist mode. The problem is that tourist mode has to have rewards, otherwise people won't go there. So what rewards did Blizzard decide to do? The easy option. We'll just give them a lower down version of the gear. Considerably lower, in fact. It's leaps and bounds worse than the actual best gear you can get from the Heroic Warforged upgraded version. It's massively different, but they had the same name, and the same effects, and the same procs. And therefore, the illusion of success was created, and most people who joined the game and went into the LFR believed they were raiding, as many of you in the chat right now believe you are raiding. But I have to say, none of that is going away. None of it is leaving. None of it is going anywhere. And many people, including myself, are really confused as to the outcry about this. It's almost as if the LFR is being taken away from you, which it is not. The other side of this, of course, is Warlords of Draenor is making raiding the easiest way possible for people to access it. It cannot get any easier than the choices Blizzard is giving you. They are literally making you the special snowflower. They are making you the absolute perfect person to decide how and when you want to do something. If you have no intention of ever raiding, if you, like you say in the comments, play for 2 hours a week, then that's on you. It's not on everybody else to bend around that. You can't expect, no game in the universe would give you absolutely everything quickly for playing for a couple of hours a week. Come on. Let's grow up a little bit, shall we? What they are doing is giving you these choices, and I think some people have missed out on these choices. First of all, there's going to be a group finder. People are really concerned that for some reason, you're not going to be able to join any pugs, like the system is now. That classic derper who stands in the middle of trade, asking for either normal or heroic versions of item levels in order to access his normal Mogoshan Bolts run, or something ridiculously crazy like that. Well, actually, that system is going away. You might not have realized it. I haven't done a video on it, so if you are looking for your WoD information here, I'll get to it. Don't worry. But the group finder is coming in. It won't have those restrictions, and it will enable you to access a raid at any time of the day. Remember, Flexi Raid is going away. This is going to be at least normal mode, and you can access it at any time of the day. This is far more convenient. How many of you come to me saying, I played during the day, I can't find a raid guild? That problem has been solved for you. It's been fixed. It's in there. Of course, not every group's going to be super successful, but what group is? On top of that, I can only raid one night a week, or I can only do this and this. Great, because every single tier of raiding in Warlords of Draenor is flexible up until the hardest of the hard content, which you clearly are not doing. You are clearly not doing that level of content and have no intention of getting there. But now if you only play for a couple hours on a Wednesday, a guild can bring you along. There will be guilds of people who have 25 people on a Wednesday and 10 on a Thursday. And you know what? That's okay. That's absolutely fine. If you are just friends with a couple of people, and this system will promote you to find those friends if you don't already, they won't mind that you have to miss 4 days raiding, or even 5 days raiding, 6 days raiding. It doesn't matter anymore. Blizzard has made it so that is no longer a problem. It's the most convenient system for the personal single guy ever. And you're spitting it back in the face and getting angry and uproar and calling people names. I don't care if you bash me. Feel free. But know in the heart of hearts that it's your ego that's being hurt here. You're the guys with the ego who believe that you are doing really well by raiding an LFR, and that's always been the problem with LFR. Oh, it's not as if the LFR raiders were ever going to become raiders. They never had the choice in a lot of cases. They never had the inclination, the incentive, the purpose, the drive, because they didn't need it. They never had to realize what certain mechanics are doing and how guilds are actually countering them, which is a very fun aspect of the game when you see it all work together. When you see a raid synergize and get a boss down, it's very, very cool, at least in my mind. And if you disagree with that, I have to wonder why you're on my channel, which has been striving to get people out of that process, that circle jerk, that entire system. For the longest time, I've been trying desperately to get you guys out of that system and just to give it a try. If it's not for you, fine. It's no skin off my back. I don't care. If you're not into it, that's your personal preference. I never care what any other gear is. I don't care. This system is about as perfect as it's going to get. Whatever your real life restrictions are, there's pretty much something that can be done easily. And that's the key here. Easily to solve that issue, to enable you to do whatever the hell you want to do. If you want to sit in LFR all day, great. I don't mind. Why the hell would I care if your purpose of playing WoW and paying monthly is to go and play the LFR every day? It really is no interest to me. That's fine. But now, those players who thought that was all they could do, those players who thought that was their end of story, I finished the game, now they will have a clear message that no, that's not the intention. There's more to do here. This is just a tourist mode, showing you what it's like to be in a group full of people, what it's like to heal a large audience, and all this kind of stuff. You'll have a chance to try that out in a nice, comfortable, safe place, and now you have many, many easy options to go and raid. There's really no excuse anymore, is there? And that's why people are pissed off. Have you been living on the excuses that I don't have time to raid, raiding's too hard, I have this to do, I can't commit to a guild? Well, Blizzard said and put in a system where it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But you can still raid because we give you all these options and ways around that. It's not a problem anymore. I don't get it. But I don't mind you guys raging. At least it shows me the kind of thought process going on here. But believe me, this is about as good as it's going to get for any game. This is the best system of any MMO in the history of ever. Because now the choice is really down to you. Whatever you want to do in the game is up to you. If you want to do a normal mode, you can do a group finder at any time of the day. You don't have to, these restrictions don't exist anymore. You are completely free to pick and choose when you want to do things. I don't get why you're mad. And if it's purely because you just want to look cool, I can't cater to that audience. I'm sorry. I can't cater to an audience that just wants to look like they're doing well. If that's about as far as your goals go, you're never going to find a place amongst my audience, because most of my audience have started where you are right now, and I will help you if you let me. I will show you the way to go. I've done it for thousands of people now. Give me a chance. I'll show you where to go. But if you don't want to do that, that's on you. Blaming everybody else for it, that's not going to get you very far. See you later, guys. Have a great day.